Howdy. This is bonus Daggerfall content. I did stream 2, a little earlier than anticipated, due to a surprise invitation, which I partook in heartily. Now we're back on the scene. Here to feel some pain. Or maybe some pain. Maybe not pain. Maybe like a pain-like substance. Some element that may constitute a pain derivative. Right. I probably wanted to rest or something. Let's just loiter for a few hours. Yes, I'm back. Surprise! I realized that I had still left the stream video up. It was in my in me getting ready and then leaving. I didn't take it down. I was like, oops. Oh well. So there'll be a bunch of folks who are like, wait. I came to check and he wasn't broadcasting. Now he actually is broadcasting? I don't understand. How do things work in life? I'll say to them, you know, things just aren't fair, right? That's okay, because we're here now with a possible pain-like substance. Something that may constitute pain. Anyway, we kicked ass. We were pretty awesome. What was the anonymous job? I don't think we did that one. I recalled the contract on a mage, but we didn't do an anonymous job. I can do an anonymous job. Yeah. Yeah, okay, Mr. Johnson. I'll take it. What you got for me? I'm ready to go Daggerfall dungeon diving. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Howdy. Welcome back, everyone. Who's back? I'm back. You're back. Going to a palace, and there's a target who apparently has a scar on their left cheek. I can do that. Yeah, I'm back for I don't know how long. I'm still broadcasting in an hour. I'll have a break to take medication. Then we're gonna go until I'm too tired. That medication will make it very difficult for me to translate Daggerfall dungeons, or really much of anything. I'm exaggerating a little, but it made me sleepy last night, and I anticipate it will do so again. That's right. Well, I had thought, you know, body able, that I would broadcast until around 8-ish p.m. today. So, my outing ended, got back, I was like, oh, what the hell. I can play some more Daggerfall. Particularly since, you know, the stream today ended on such a good note. I accomplished things. Oh yeah, it was good stuff. Great fun. Why are you closed? Don't be closed. Open up, Palace. I want to say hi to you. Come on, Palace. Be a bro. Let me in. Person with a scar on their left cheek. Hello. Howdy. You're a dangerous seducer. I will take the successful backstabs and then promptly die. I didn't realize my health was so low. No, oh my god, it wasn't that low. I was at full hit points. She did 83 hit points of damage to me. That was... Oh, it was the spell. Alright, yeah, she cast some magic on me, and I didn't resist it. It makes sense. I don't know whether... I don't know what kind of magic it is. Other than very painful magic. It might have been like a shock effect. Then we'll use like our orb strength. And then I'll totally use a chameleon form. I'm not gonna get 2 backstabs on her now. This time. She really hurt me. I mean, it makes sense. I only wear leather armor. Excuse me, miss. We're having a moment here. Yeah, a fresh scar. Well, yeah, that orc strength. That could last longer. Whatever, we win! I hope you all learned a very valuable lesson. It's that a lot of enemies hurt. When you only have leather armor and your magic resist isn't, you know, gilled up and there's no spell reflection, and all there is just a bunch of tears. It was a good show. And so often we encounter those dangerous seducers here on Let's Get On With Live, and they're nothing but a little bit of time sinks, but they don't do anything of substance, so I'm glad she did. I feel like we could have been warned that the target was a dangerous seducer, though. I feel like that was information that could have been factored into the quest. I don't appreciate being told to account a Daedra. It's okay, I didn't need those hit points. They were all crutches. It's only the last hit point that matters. You do get HP when you level up. That's based off of what your max HP for the class is. Mine is 12. So I get 6 to 12 HP plus my endurance modifier every level. So I get 7 to 13 hit points. As this assassin, which is, of course, one of the pre-built character classes Bethesda provided with the game, has a 12 HP max. Wonderful. I'm glad you're proud. I'm going to take my training in critical strike now and go sleep off the fact that that happened. Thankfully, that set of holy tomes there is going to go a long way towards paying for the potions I consumed. So far for this run, I've confirmed to myself, as I have known, but it's good to see again, I don't like relying on potions. They don't make me happy. I'd rather cast magic, but you know, everyone would rather cast magic, right? If you had the choice. We'll try more of these crummy potions of orc strength, why not? More disappointments. The skill dagger is, I checked during the session, first session, it's at 0.93. It's slightly lower than average. We have an average of we have a max of 12 hit points that we earn per level. We have Forbidden Shield type, all the shields, Chain and Plate. We have bonus to hit Humanoid. So we're like on the rogue side of things, so we advance slightly faster. Not that much faster, though, for what the hell I have to put up with. Like, the lowest you can get to 0.3. And the scale in game will tell you that, and the highest you can get to 3.0. Jules, in comparison, was like 1.12? Maybe like in the 1.2s somewhere. Sorry, I don't really recall right now. I'd have to look in the saves I've archived. Do I have paralysis immunity? Gods, no. No, that would be a high elf. No. I teased picking a high elf in the first stream, but that would've... This is supposed to be a run about pain. Well, if you type !conduct, you get that information. Right, I wanted to sleep in a tavern. I would prefer to sleep by... It doesn't matter. I'll remember where the building is. Howdy, give me a room, please. Don't worry about it. It's right there, though, for convenient access. Started wanting to make use out of Nightbot earlier this year. It was while I was doing the Dungeons & Dragons, like impromptu broadcast, because Jonas was gonna miss a session. And so I was like, let me do this and get the bot in here, so that I don't have to explain to everyone why I'm broadcasting this game that I don't normally record and upload to my channel. And then from there, I just decided that I would end up having it there to explain things for me. The bot's only existence to handle those commands. I don't have to do anything else, like uptime. Mephala gives a dagger. I don't remember off the top of my head what Nocturnal does. Their benefits to me are irrelevant so much as completing them for thematic purposes. Particularly Mephala, considering her connection with the Dark Brotherhood. You even hear it like the quest giver, you know, wishing for Mephala's blessings to go with us. I've done all of these. Yeah, I've done every single one. Well, nothing new here, boss. We'll just stay in town. I don't think I should pick the ones that stay in town, though, because then I'll lose both the guilds will disappear due to bizarre Unity mapping reasons. I can't explain it. So I should probably pick one of the numerous ones that have me go out of town. The Thieves Guild ones are so damn easy anyway, it's just irrelevant. I think it's the Kingston Residence? It was the Kingston, right? Yes, thank you. I'm going to pretend this list doesn't exist. I'm here, Cloak. I'm here. Yeah, so... Sure. Anyway. Where's the Kingston Residence at? Great, all the way down there. No, I don't care. Just like no later. They're going to be done anyway. It's kind of irrelevant what it is they provide. And that I can't remember what Nocturnals does is immaterial. Now, how they're going to be done is through a witch coven. Now, you might say to yourself, Grimith, witch coven? The fuck? And I'll say, yeah, I know. Can't remember the last run for sure we messed around with those. I know we did those during the Linguist run. I know I showed off one. Can't remember whether I did one after that, though. I fiddled around with witch covens, at least for Daedra summoning. I guess I must have for the Catnip Farmer run, because I showed off Hircine's Ring. Where he sent me to Privateer's Hold. Was that the run he sent me to Privateer's Hold? Howdy. You got it. Anyway, we're heading back to Thieves Guild now. Thought I'd try. How's the blade doing? We're still good on that? Yeah, we're still good on that. Great. Oh yeah, those Mithril Greaves. They're to fucking tease me. Knowing that my in-game armor is the same as the armor I'm currently wearing is... I mean, it's not depressing, that would be too strong of a word. Mildly disheartening. At least if I had been like a rogue type, but I wouldn't have had the short blade skill, but they would have been able to wear a chain. Tragic. The Thieves Guild questing stuff I knew would be a cinch. Woo! 32 gold pieces for my troubles. I think that might be based off of distance traveled, and that wasn't much of anything. Yeah, so... my hurdle for the Thieves Guild is very much going to be increasing my skill levels to be high enough to get the vaunted rank 9, which will do fuck all for me, really. Eventually I'll be able to get access to the Spy Master. Woo! Oh, I already do. Sweet, I am the Spy Master. I know everything that happens in the Elag Bay. Others might give you rumors, but my rumors are always true. What's going on? The Knights of the Rose and Mixers of Stendar are working together? I shouldn't have clicked out of that. The witches can summon Daedra Lords. Anticleer would be better off without the hags. Everybody knows that Dwindon had a grudge against the Mixers of Dibella, but now they're really going at it. It happened, Pananning. Somebody stole a bottle of Elixir Vitae right out of Lord Andar's tinctures. What cheek. Don't spread this around, but the Knights of the Rose and Mixers of Stendar are working together. You might be interested to know that Teachers of Mara had just allied with Ephesius. Ephesus? The Knights of the Rose paid a large peace fee to Furius. Hopefully that will stop their quarreling. I never understood why the bards and the Orders of the Order of Raven were feuding, well, at least that's over now. There's a new Duchess of Dania. Until recently, the Mages Guild and Hogria worked together. They just recently severed their alliance. I never understood why this order and Urveus were feuding, well, at least that's over now. Don't spread this around, but Apothecaries of Zin and Yklon are working together. Binders of Archaea and Summoners of Bella were close allies until that incident at the palace. Although most folk denied all thieves in Anticleer belonged to a secret thieves guild, any thief refusing to join ends up dead. I just found out that... whatever. Alright, so, thanks, Spy Master. That's what the Spy Master does. You can keep asking him for news, whereas you only get one dose of news from any other NPC you talk to. If that, because they might tell you go to hell. So, what a feature. What content? I mean, that news can end up, like, reflecting in the storytelling of quests you've recently done. Sort of like how when you talk to someone who's given you a quest before, and, like, actually just, like, talk to them, their dialogue can reflect on quests you've done. Either successfully or not, but, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It's just flavor. Just flavor. Give me some wine. I'll have a triple berry sangria. Stat. Give it now. Give it now. Thanks. Shut up, cat. Alright, so both my guilds vanished. As is their birthright. That's content right there. Keeps you on your toes. Howdy. I'm here again. Give me... the quest to steal... more herbs. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll take that, buddy. Oh, the Kingston Residence again? My god. We're gonna go steal shit from another Kingston Residence, folks. Hell yeah. I'm here for that. Howdy, miss. I'm here for your Kingston Residence. Excuse me, miss? Farewell, until we meet again. No! Whatever. Since fall damage was fixed. Or at least put far more heavily towards Classic than what it had been during the Galerius run, I don't have to worry about falls being instantly fatal. We don't reach terminal velocity that damn fast. I appreciate that. We'll go turn this quest in, do some more training, oscillate back to the Dark Brotherhood. Now that I've shown off everything once, I'll probably, well, I don't know yet. Think about it. This quest picker functionality that was recently added that I toggled on through Daggerfall Unity, I feel alright about it, and that could definitely be a time saver. You know, because there could certainly be, like, some quests that you just don't want to do and would always refuse. My current issue with how some of these quests with the Thieves Guild working are not related to this list picker. It's that I have, like, basically, like, it's forcing to the same seeds. You know, like, I keep going to the Kingston Residence for half of these jobs from the Thieves Guild. In the case of 2 others near the top, it kept sending me to locations within the same city. You know, I talk to, like, folks in town, and they keep referring me to this NPC. Who is the quest giver, but, you know, like, is not the person I need to go for the mission. Sitting on a box. It's his box. His treasured box. Everyone's gotta have something in this world. He keeps all of his illicit drugs in that box. Special box. It's an heirloom box passed down from generation to generation. My boy, this box has been in the family line for 400 years. This box has been around since the Second Era, boy. Your father's box. Your father's father's box. And his father before him, it was his box too. Everyone loves this box. A little past it. I can go sleep at the tavern. Howdy. Roommate. Thanks. That's correct, brother. That's correct. Do do do. What kind of potions you got for me? I need to go the correct direction towards the potions. Love all this free stuff you people keep leaving around. It's good. Potions of stamina, healing. Cure poison, heal true. Water breathing. Purification, free action, thanks. I'll take that stuff, put it in the bag. Oh, right, I have to wait like 4 more hours. Give me some more training, champ. I got the cash. Thanks. Critical strike, please. We'll sleep one more time, and then I'll go get a mission. Oh, my frames are dropping. That's not good. I need those. I broadcast using those. Let me wait for it to stabilize. Hey, Kisk. Currently I'm in the middle of staring at my dropping frames. I dropped more frames than I did in the broadcast I did on Tuesday, Monday, and earlier today combined. Probably the ones I did last week, too. Well, who knows, right? The highways of the internet being what they are. There's no telling. Alright, I'm feeling frisky and stupid, feeling dangerous. Let's go do a dungeon one. Howdy. How about you give me another one with a knight, without honor? Yeah, let me do that. Uthard's Guard, huh? 20 days? I dig it. Bags of time. Again, I'm in the habit of thinking I should set a recall marker, but we don't have to worry about that for this run. They're features. They keep you on your toes. You're like, what? So while I'm thinking about it, Pan Anning, who's currently in chat, tomorrow, starting around this time, is going to be doing Aerobiz, Tehran, Scenario 2, broadcasting on Twitch. Not going to be using bankruptcy strats, but get away as fast as possible. I intend to watch that, and if I'm lucky, he's going to be consumed in war for 4 years. It's going to be great. Turn 1, just internal struggles and wars out the wazoo. It's going to be wonderful. Oh yeah, right, I have this mace in my hand, instead of my hand-to-hand. Whatever, this mace has earned the right to be used. After it killed the vampire earlier today. Good work, Mace, you did it. Aerobiz. It's a game where you simulate global aerospace consortiums. Grimith narrows his eyes. Okay, good. That brick wall is just painted on. The boring part of a flight simulator. You take that back. I will not have you slander the good name of Aerobiz. That was a night. I was hoping. I don't like seeing this sort of room, combined with that teleporter, because that is very much the sort of situation that could involve, you know, being teleported around. But thankfully, that's not what this dungeon is looking to do to me. So I'll take that. I very much enjoy this increased attack speed, courtesy of all the extra points I put into speed. Hello, Skull. Hello, Skull. You may recall this module. Shown this off before in the main quest line. This is Ivory. Ever had managed to, oh, you mean like, Stack Overflow or Overflow Loop? I forget. Sorry, I'm not in the right state of mind right now. It's happened before, not with Unity for me, though. Not that I've played Unity enough to have tried such shenanigans. But yes, I've been such a horrible, despicable person before that it's overflowed into me being a wonderful saint. And I was like, yes, you all finally understand me. This is who I am. Far more arrogant and sloppier with my gameplay. I think it's because I'm more powerful, but also because... I don't know. Maybe we should take a nap. Our character's kind of sleepy anyway. We got bags of time to complete this mission. 5 hours is good. Alright. Yeah, we can do this. Peekaboo. Are you kidding me? My successful backstab didn't kill that damn thing? You're fucking with me. Whatever, game. Sure, have it your way. Oh, no. 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 No, I don't like this story at all. Those aren't knights. We don't talk about that. Never again. I've had this conversation before, but if you ever wonder, just in case you're new around here, haven't heard before, I typically stick with the thrust. And while it deals reduced damage, it has the easiest chance to hit, and I care a lot about accuracy. But as I get quicker and better with a short blade, you'll see me oscillate into something like diagonal chops. Are you fucking kidding me? That's an unreasonable amount of time that bat remained alive. Unreasonable. Ow! You jerk! Ow. That's unfortunate. Shot an arrow at me as I ran away. As I keep leveling up, those human enemies are going to be getting more and more hit points. In the case of the spellcasters, they're going to have access to a larger and larger, like, reserve of spells. Hello, bad. Game? That was odd. Okay, let's go this way. Dead end? Dead end. Take it. Dead end. I will also take this. Seen this module earlier. Pretty sure, the first stream. Howdy. Like to think that one of you was the knight in question. Oh yeah, I'm definitely being sloppier with my combat gameplay. I'm like, I got potions. I don't have to care so much. I'm quicker. I'm definitely quicker. I'll have to use a potion to heal through, though, and well, they're there to be used. Your resources are there to be consumed, everyone. Daggerfall Unity toned down the random... You're gonna have to explain that question to me. Like, these dungeons are already pre-built. Like, that's what they come with. Unity has a setting, I think through a mod, that allows you to either decrease or increase the dungeon sizes. I have made no use of that and do not intend to ever make use of that. What if, hear me out, what if, like, all of the mega elixirs and high ethers you were hoarding, what if you just consumed those? And so your gameplay thus became easier. It's like, when you play Hitman and you get a bunch of money for a job well done, what if you use that money to buy powerful weapons? Instead of just going into the next mission with fuck all. But my pride. But also, you have resources. Make use of them. I'm not doing a responsible job of dungeon navigating, less so than usual, because of me taking the teleporter. That is something I consider to be a no-no, taking a teleporter. Before I map out everything, before I take a teleporter, unless I specifically know where I'm going, as would be the case in a main quest dungeon. Most of them. But, I've committed crimes against myself. I'm willing to accept the consequences of that. He says until he's properly not willing to accept the consequences of that, as he realizes what module he's in right now, and... This is the pain. This is the pain that we were all waiting for. Grimith. It's not like this module, but there is a quest location in this module. Just gotta remember exactly how to access it. Or I might be mistaking this with a different module. It happens. Now, when you play a lot of Daggerfall, there's a lot of Daggerfall dungeons. Everything sort of blurs together. I actually made it back here now. Fascinating. There's a door there. No, that was just the brick wall. Can't trick me. Because here's our dungeon entrance. That's right, Luca Raven. I have such sights to show you. Pain. Oh no, you heard me coming. I could have moved slower, but I find it better to just rush up on enemies instead of trying to sneak up behind them. It seems like the longer I dawdle trying to be slower, the more apt they are to notice me. Howdy. Are we doing this? We're doing this. Just wanted to check with you, Mr. Rat, sir, before I put you down. Alright, it's a nice little torture area. You know, it's like a staff room. You go back there, you lounge. Nice recliner, have some chains to, you know, do some stretching, calisthenics or what have you. You know, work out some kinks in your body, and then you're ready to go. Like, alright, I'm ready to resume my job. Defending this place from assholes like Grimith. Or in this particular case, Elliot Spencer. Good day. Yeah. Sort of reminds me of how some DMs handle stealth checks in group role-playing games, where they might constantly make you roll, and as soon as you fail, that's it, the jig is up, everything is cancelled, time to go to combat. Which is really asinine. What's that? You moved 60 feet? Make another stealth check. That moved another 60 feet? Oh. Now this time they might have noticed you. Aha! Like, why would you do that to anyone unless you actually didn't want stealth to be a viable solution? And you might not actually want stealth to be a viable solution. But don't build up the hopes of people. I like how that bat was, trying to build up the hopes that I'd be able to successfully backstab it. Ah, Burning Wheel. It's a system I've looked at and talked about with Manikai before. He's a Dane I've been role-playing with for about 8 years now. Howdy! Yay, 2 successful backstabs before the night finally turns around. Unfortunately, it was not the night I'm looking for, and I'm not surprised because I've not seen a quest target actually engage in monster infighting. There's definitely some convolution to Burning Wheel. Don't think it's the system for me at this point in my life, but there's certainly some crunch there. I think what I'm not okay with whenever DMs and GMs and storytellers, you know, have that cascading series of, like, stealth checks is that, like, a failure so often results in everything's on fire, Christmas is ruined, roll for initiative. It's like, I had done all this work, and now everything's been immediately spotted, and there's no ability to, like, work out something or anything. Like, this is just what it is. Like me dying right here. It's like, that was a good design choice. Blades in the Dark handles that pretty well with, you know, like running clocks, for example, until you're discovered. You know, that's built into the very crunch of the game. I don't expect to hit in any sort of meaningful capacity with my skill in the teens. This is the point where I remind you all that zombies hit so fucking hard in this game. I talk about this at least once a series. It's like the amount of punching power they have is obscene. Frankly, terrifying. Try this at home, kids. I don't feel like using another potion, so I'm gonna let the zombie kill me. Or me kill the zombie. One of the two will happen. The zombies, in addition to hitting very hard, have a lot of fucking hit points. And it's not like they move slow in this game. Alright, we leveled up our archery at least. Howdy. Let's see how many hits it takes for the zombie to wreck my face and take me back down to, like, minimum HP. 1. 1 hit took over half my hit points. I was at full HP, and I'm down to 37. 1 hit. Fucking zombies, man. Take care, Summer. And there was another zombie in that damn water, too. There certainly wasn't a knight down there, but I do want to check the other side. So... go to sleep. I'm able to be sloppy, just do the time, the available time I have for completing this quest. If it was like one of the ones we had earlier today, where it was like 5 days, nah, I couldn't be this free at all. Oh, I'm glad I checked over here. Made me feel good. Made me feel like that was an important investment. I should have tried a meteor stab for that 3 times, but I, you know, wanted to hit. It was important to me. The zombie, too, also wanted to hit my face. Do mobs heal up? I don't have an answer to that question, Tire for Hire. I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so we explored this entire cave module, and it was great. I loved the part where I was here, in this fucking cavern. That was a brick wall. I'm not gonna go back to that, so we're going to leave this hell and go back into this other hell for this other module I dislike. And it's going to be Wonder Bubbles. We're going to enjoy ourselves, aren't we, Grimith? Yes. Because you wanted to come into a dungeon instead of doing a non-dungeon quest. Yes, you did. I mean, I did want to come into a dungeon. That's why I chose to do a dungeon mission instead of a non-dungeon mission, but... you know. Could have been a nicer dungeon. This dungeon could have given me flowers before it fucked me over. Something like that. Woo! Alright, someone else opened a door. Great. Don't tell me what I can and can't carry. It does weigh 3 kilograms. I guess you kind of have a point here, huh? Am I just carrying something that's trashy? Not really. Kinda downsized. Yeah. I'll still leave this stuff behind. I won't. I'll take that and that. But those dragon scales can just sit there. I'm pretty good with what I got. Alright, I'm hoping that particular sound of that particular door opening was the knight that I need to kill who insulted the damsel, because I'm here to... Basically, a princess has hired me to go kill a knight who besmirched her honor and has refused all duels to avenge her honor. Has just hid himself away, and she's like, that shit's not gonna stand. So she's hired the Dark Brotherhood of all people to account for this action. And I'm like, sure, I for one would love to help you here in your time of need, because I'm a good guy. Go this way. Let me check something over here right quick. It's not quite where I wanted to check the thing exactly, because that terminates in a dead end. That's right, oncoming train the viewers are about to hear soon. Insert metal into people for companionship and money. Here, here! Alright, so now we're here. I wanted to take a look at that just to confirm that was a dead end, and it is. I'm back here in Cave Hell, though. And Lord knows I don't want to be back in Cave Hell, so we're leaving that. We're forsaking Cave Hell, and we're never telling our children about its existence, because they might be inspired to go spelunking. And, we're going to love our future children too much to have them do that. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So, kind of wanted to look at this. Yeah, I wanted to look at the other side of this. So, we're taking the skull. Yes. Alright. No, I need to go the other way. Ta-da! Unexplored content. Let's go. Howdy! Oh man, Dwarven Longsword. Good stuff right there. I'd be willing to drop a few coins for that. Yeah, we'll donate 300 coins. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to drop more than 300 coins. How about we drop this Elven Mace? There we go. We've already got an Elven Mace. It served us well. Let's equip it again. Howdy! Of course, had to unequip that Elven Mace when we pulled out our bow to try and shoot at the zombie, which I knew wasn't going to go well, but it trained that up for us. Another Dwarven thing. A Sabri this time. These damn potions. They're taking up a lot of my carrying capacity. That's right, train. Carrying shit. Howdy! I like being able to play sloppier. It's good. That's a good feeling. That everything just doesn't, like, balance on the precipice of, like, a blade edge. I mean, I can make mistakes and not be required to be near flawless with my gameplay? Fuck yeah! Love being able to make mistakes. I fucking make mistakes all the time. Sign me the fuck up. want to go up there right now? I can hear more zombies. I don't enjoy hearing more zombies. I don't really want to hear more zombies. I was pretty good in my life without hearing more zombies. We hear more zombies. That kind of sucks. Mithril flail. Oh, game, you're just fucking teasing me now. Oh, that hurts. That hurts to see that. It doesn't. And I'm gonna need we can draw one of the sabers. Pick this up. As a matter of fact, Elven Mace, you were too good. You're too good for this world. Of course, the flail is two-handed. We're fine with what we got. I know, there's the zombie nearby. You wanted to eat my brains. I'm like, no, I don't want it to eat my brains. You're terrible for even suggesting that. I want no zombies on my lawn. Get off my damn lawn, zombies. Level up 4 points. I've gotten between 4 and 6 with all my level. Well, of course it's between 4 and 6. I've only gotten either 4 or 6. I haven't gotten any 5s. Anyway, speed's up to 80 now. That's pretty damn solid. This is an archer enemy, and it absolutely adheres to the multiple attacks rule. Did I do something with Kikoski at some point? My handle seems vaguely familiar. Like, we haven't recorded or streamed ourselves playing anything. Everything that we've done together is on our own time. He's talked about me before in his videos. Talked about him a bit every now and then. But it's been pertinent. Ran straight into an enemy here. Well, we'll have this show off. You can really tell the difference in that speed. Oh, it's so delicious. Something I didn't realize until much later in life, how speed really makes a difference in this game. Like every individual point of that. It doesn't require you to be like in a set of 10. You know, like agility or endurance would. Let's not talk about what we saw in there. Let's just move on. Telly to exit. As that is part of the conduct. I'm allowed to teleport out of dungeons after I'm done with them. Just to save us all the sorrow of backtracking through a dungeon I've already completed. I still have to travel back to the location, though, because I ain't got a recall. I can still end up failing a quest for taking too long. Not this particular one, though. We had bags of time. Yes, this particular conduct is using one of the pre-created classes available in the game. The Assassin, who is the most thematic for this run. I had a viewer's vote, a set of 3 at the beginning of the first stream. The Assassin, which has this bevy of major weapon skills, has a total of 5 weapons in its skills, which is criminal. So that hurts. There's the Nightblade, which actually has some magical capabilities. I wanted to have a short blade theme, like a focus this run. And then I had Thief, which was not magical, but like, you know, a ledger main specialist. The viewers voted for Nightblade, and I basically shamed them, and said that'd be too easy giving myself magic powers. You don't have to worry about me casting magic with this character. At 100 intelligence, I'd have 50 spell points. Yep. Forgot to put stuff in my wagon again, but thankfully we can do that right here. Oh no, not the bow. Take that back. Thank you. Much obliged, brother. That's not even being sarcastic. That's the appropriate title for this character, who is my quest giver. Of course, viewers are responsible for me choosing this run. I offered them 2 choices. The other was the vamped up run. I discussed all that in the intro video.
I know what you're trying to do. It won't work.
Bob Page sees you. Sees these damn emotes you're handing out to people. It's not gonna work. On your shenanigans. Corporal Grimith appreciates it. Some more critical strike. We'll oscillate back to the Thieves Guild now. After all, the Dark Brotherhood has vanished. Not a trace. Yeah. The predefined character class is certainly the roughest of limitations, especially since I narrowly defined the focus further to something that emphasized short blades. And major skill was a good enough emphasis. Short blades for me. You know, when you're younger and perhaps don't know better, you think, Bethesda's got to be better at making a class than I am. And then you realize, no, they aren't. Not going to be something that's tailor-made to how I'm going to play this game. Take the Warrior, for example. All of the Warrior's primary and major skills are the 6 weapon skills in this game. Like, well, that's good. I level up by using all of my weapons. Wonderful. Like, what about the other things you'd find useful in a dungeon? Fuck it. It's like, that's not good enough. It's not a good enough answer. Why am I hoarding potions so hard? So, I have no access to magic. I can't cast a single spell in this game. So, I rely on resting to resolve all of my hit point issues, and I rely on nothing to resolve issues of, oh no, I've been paralyzed. Oh no, I've been poisoned. Oh no, I've been diseased. Oh no, maybe I need resistance to some effect. Oh no, I need to levitate to do something. Oh no, I'm falling and I have to stop going at terminal velocity or else I'm going to die. So, I'm buying potions so that when I do all of my dungeon diving, I can take care of that. Because I can't cast any spells. Let's say I get a really bad poison effect while I'm in a dungeon. I might not survive to make it to a temple to cure it. Or a disease. That's aggressive. It could nuke my speed, and I might not realistically be able to make it outside to get on a horse to escape. This is basically the No Jazz run all over again. Only with some extra conduct attached to it. Go fuck yourself, Boo Bear. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I think I was gonna loiter around for a few hours. So that's why I have the potions there. To resolve, oh man, a spider bit me. I can't move, I'm paralyzed. Well, guess I'm dead. Let's do the Noble's Jewelry. Yeah, why not? I don't actually think this one pays me. Whatever. It's fine. Finally, the music picks up. Now we have Rainy Jingle. It's not really a jingle. Palace is down there. Let's go. How's the blade doing? It's worn. Ah. To the credit of the viewers, they did try to hook me up with some magic. And I told them they were dumb. But they tried. They tried to give me magic. Talked about this earlier today. Before I took the break that I did. It's like, sometimes democracy fails us. And at that point, someone has to step in and take responsibility. That was me stepping in and taking responsibility. And I don't regret that choice. Well, there wouldn't have been any voting for my stats because it was determined by the pre-created character class. I mean, I assigned a few bonus points before the end of character creation. I wish I had 10, plus whatever amounts were added to my attributes by the random rolling. Yeah, that was a mission that didn't actually pay me anything. Oh well, I got the rep. Whoop-de-doo. No big deal. Not like I do these things for the money. No, there wasn't. I don't understand how that idea would even function. Like, I can't fathom it to even dismiss it, because I don't even know how it would work. I don't know how I would create a poll that would constitute all of that. Well, it's not the first time someone in chat suggested a bad thing. What time is it? Yeah. On my skills. Come on, man. When do you open? 9. I gotta wait another hour. Alright, fine. Let's wait another damn hour. How am I doing on money? Nah, I'm gold. Yeah, we don't have to worry about a damn thing. Let's wait an hour. Howdy! I'm here to repair this blade. I will see you later. Have some fun now. If I just want to buy some random shit to put in my wagon. Maybe make a few potions. Potion buying is one thing. Potion making. I have access to it through my ranks of the Dark Brotherhood. Just none of my ingredients mesh well with the recipes I have to actually make anything. I haven't checked yet. But... It wasn't predetermined. If the voters had... There were 3 options there. The voters could have picked the other non-magical option. I would have honored that. That would have been Thief. Which I actually liked the skill array for better. Would have had a few fewer hit points per level. That had the same armor and shield restrictions. Actually, I think I would have had easier shield restrictions. Probably would have leveled up quicker. Yep, the options on the pool were Assassin, Nightblade, and Thief. And, I didn't even fathom that Nightblade would win that. That was a call I made on the fly. Couldn't conceive a reality where viewers would want me to have magic in this run. So bewildering. So strange. What kind of potions you got for me? Water walking, don't need to restore power, doesn't help me. Water breathing, sure, whatever. Heal true. Healing. Stamina. Purification. We got tons of cash. Tons. I need to wait around a bit. So I get my blade repaired before I go dungeon diving. It seems an appropriate time for me to take my break. Yeah. I'll be back to the stream. It's probably going to take me, I don't know, 8 minutes. Go use the restroom. Go take my medicine. Be right back. Assassin was the one that had the second most votes. If it had been Thief, I would have chosen that. And the only sort of answer I have for you is a magical timepiece of some kind, or just... like, I don't know how to describe it, like, lore-wise or story-wise. I think of it more there as like an asset to help the players. Just functionality that they want to remove while you were actually in a dungeon. You can tell it well enough while you're outside a dungeon. Anyway, with my medicine taken, this broadcast probably goes at most an hour before I clock out hard. And probably less than that. But this was all bonus stuff anyway, because I broadcasted earlier. I get sleep at the tavern. I'll wait for time to pass. Then get my damn blade back or something. Yep, I'm definitely missing that. Noted this a few times already today, but I do appreciate Dark Brotherhood and Thieves Guild always being open. Very nice. We're just killing time right now instead of killing people. You know how it is. Do 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 do. Give me some more critical strike, please. Thank you kindly, much obliged. Never know whenever you'll need to do an accounting of a dangerous seducer, right? Okay, caring is daring. My response to that phrase right now is whatever. I'll assess whether it's interesting for me. Or whether I care about it. Do 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 do. Just stand here for 9 hours. I know I just bought the room at the end, but just stand here. Thanks. Time? It's not open yet. Alright, great. And then we hung out with our friends for a whole bunch of hours. I call them friends, that's probably too kind of a word. Let's go get some sleep, and then we'll go get our blade. It'll hopefully be... no. Let's go see if our blade's ready. Then we can get some sleep. Then we can go do something for the Dark Brotherhood. Probably. I don't think I'm gonna do another dungeon today, though. I'll go beat up a mage at the Mages Guild. That sounds fun. I think asking me to tackle a tavern after a tavern. See? This is what I mean. Asking me to tackle a dungeon right now is probably a bit too unreasonable. Thanks. Enjoyed. I'll be having it. Go sleep at this tavern for a day. Thanks. What's the critical strike up to these days? 48%. Damn it. Almost. And we can finally get cracking on archery, yeah? I have no interest, and the basis of the question. Caring is daring, and the reason why I have no interest is because, well, turns out, don't someone's already tackled recreating Daggerfall. It's called Daggerfall Unity. As for, like, a sequel to the game, well, I mean, like, there's a difference between, like, a sequel and a remaking, so your usage of both of those in the question is a little puzzling to me, we'll say. You want a sequel to Daggerfall, or you want a recreation of Daggerfall? Or you want me to, like, how do you want me to go about your question? Yes doesn't really work, Boo Bear, because that results in the answer I just gave. But I appreciate you trying to pull the old yes out of the bag there. So, like, I think Morrowind's a good game. I don't prefer it over Daggerfall. But I've gone through Morrowind. Did some different stuff. It was enjoyable for me to play. I just don't enjoy continuing to play it, much as, like, Variax did. Much as Variax still does, really. Oh no, Morrowind has more than one flaw, but sure. Ah yes, this layout. A few runs back, I can't remember which one, we had someone who needed some scholarly papers delivered, and they were there. We also soft-locked in this design. That was fun. Soft-locking in the Mages Guild, good times all around. Of course it has fast travel. If you're Siltstriders. So what if you know, you have to be in a place like Satanin or Belorma or Beloma or whatever the hell that place was pronounced as. So much detail was put into crafting the environment. You gotta walk along those roads, man. Gotta savor it for what it is. That way you can find your Mentor's ring or what have you. My biggest irritation with Morrowind ended up being, well, I think it'd be unreasonable to say this is my biggest irritation, but one of, like, the defining, like, annoyances I had from the game was how sass-mouthy just about every damn NPC in there is like, shitty outlander, I see. Why would I ever bother to socialize with you at all? Oh, you're just walking, minding your own business, and I'm just gonna stop and I'm gonna spew shit at you. Like, you think there's no consequences for that? You think you can just say whatever the fuck you want to me and I'm not gonna do anything about it? Joke's on you, I'll fucking uninstall you, game. Alright, I'm now the Punisher. I can now deal in soul gems with the Soul Procurer, yes. Nice method to add more profit to punishment. Soul of your victim. Well, while we can sell soul gems, we don't exactly have the spell technology to put the souls in the gems. Nor do we have the magic enchanting technology to put the souls in items, so it's a lost value for me, but I'm alright with being the Punisher. A magic eye god? No. As for anyone remaking Daggerfall and modern graphics without cutting countryside, I mean, like, there's a difference between, like, I talk about this a lot with scientists. Like, people keep obsessing about whether they can, or whether they could, they don't think about whether they should. Just because you can do something doesn't mean it's a good idea to do it. You know, Bethesda made a step in the right direction, absolutely, where they, you know, listened to complaints about, wow, there's no detail in the Daggerfall countryside. Let's make a much smaller game world and add plenty more detail to it. That was a step in the correct direction. Like, wonderful. I could slow travel across all of the Iliac Bay. Why in God's name would I want to? There's a tedious travel mod that basically just nukes, like, fast travel out of the game to allow you to admire the countryside, and you combine that with a mod like Warm Ashes that a whole lot more random encounters, like you're playing one of those space flight simulators, like Freelance or what have you, where you're just nuked out of your jump drive due to pirates or what have you, deciding to engage in. I'm like, why would I do this to myself? I have fast travel. This suits my needs. There's no need to complicate my life here. Why would you do this to me? I'll do one more mission for the Thieves Guild for funsies, I guess. Like, there's folks who find that stuff more immersive, and it helps to... like, it helps with the stories they want to craft with the game. But it doesn't do anything for me. But yeah, that's my response to Brian the Blank's question there. It's like, who cares whether you can? It's whether you should. How many gold pieces do I have? That's not how we check that, Grimith. Check that using this. That's not that many. All the rest of it's in a letter of credit, and that serves my purposes. Yeah, carrying is daring, like, I have no... like, I didn't think I had interest in a recreation of Daggerfall. And quite frankly, despite me playing Daggerfall Unity, I still would have been good if I hadn't played a recreation of Daggerfall for the rest of my life. Because I didn't keep coming back to Daggerfall for the nostalgia. I really enjoyed the gameplay of it. It's still my favorite computer role-playing game. Now that I have this, I mean... there's a lot of conveniences here, but I could also see myself just going back to playing Daggerfall Classic. I don't need this in my life. This is just a different way for me to enjoy a game I love. And I'm appreciating the work that Inner Karma and that community put into this. Type right now. Now, there's someone who comes to mind on YouTube. I don't know where he's at in relation with his runs right now. I last took a look at his channel sometime early last month. Adventure Art. Who had recently gotten into Daggerfall Unity and did some sort of, like, Dark Knight Daggerfall run, which I think was limited or no magic, and did that through, like, the main quest. But the one I had really looked at was, he had a, sort of like a linguist-themed thing that he was doing. And it was making use of Hazelnut's Archaeologist Guild that I helped contribute saves for when Hazelnut asked saves for my Linguist playthrough. And a whole bunch of, like, mods thrown into that. And some really quirky and self-imposed restrictions. And looking in the mods, like Warm Ashes and the Tedious Travel, just thought to myself, why? Some of it looked neat and interesting. But then, like, especially when you lower dungeon sizes to them, like, oh, you might as well just throw yourself off a ravine. You're not playing Daggerfall if you use Daggerfall Unity's, like, our mod or whatever to decrease dungeon sizes. What the hell is wrong with you? Let me go ahead and get a room at a tavern for the day. And we'll sleep. I could train at a tavern, but nah. Not tavern, a guild. Because there's guilds here. But I just want to wait till daytime. Get some directions. Best part about Daggerfall Unity is getting more people to play Daggerfall. I can appreciate that. Daggerfall Unity is certainly far more accessible for folks. That is its primary draw. Like, this recreation of Daggerfall is far more easy for folks to install and fiddle around with than folks looking at a DOSBox emulator. And even though, of course, I don't think it's very challenging to configure and toy with the DOSBox simulation. Yeah, I don't represent everyone there. Staring into the sun here. And, you know, with your widescreen functionality, the ease of the controls, instead of fiddling with all of them yourself, the settings pop-up that appears when you initially launch the game, it's pretty damn handy. Like, there's a real draw to that. Much lower bar of entry. It's an interesting way of putting that in. Alright, yeah, sure. Well, anyway. Yeah, so my understanding is that, there's a modification or functionality of some kind that can allow you to increase the size of the dungeon as well as decrease. And again, my thought is like, what the hell's the point? Like, now you're trusting Unity and the folks behind it to fiddle fuck with your dungeons instead of leaning on Bethesda to do that for you. I guess. Oh, hell. I don't have a way of reasoning. Especially not at this point in the broadcast after my medicine. Oh, hell no. I can already feel the words slipping out of my brain. So I keep coming back to Daggerfall, and why it ends up being my favorite game is for a few different reasons. I really enjoyed the dungeon diving in it. I really enjoyed the character creation in it. Much as the case with Shadowrun and the Sega Genesis, I enjoy our potluck quest generation that sends you to a place that has some similarities to it, but it has like a new breath every single time. You know, populated and sprinkled with different things. Your character progression and level up is determined by how it is that you created your character. And there's a guideline in the form of a main quest in the background. So it's not just a sandbox, you have something to focus on. Like, building and working your character towards being able to complete the main quest. If it were just a sandbox with nothing like that, like no guidelines, I couldn't do that. Sandboxes are not for me and haven't been for some time. I appreciate guidance and structure in that way. And Shadowrun for the Sega Genesis operates on the same principle, which is why I enjoy those games both so much. That's what it is for me. The combat... Well, we've been doing a lot with, like, the advanced combat AI stuff. I could easily work with that off. I'm just enjoying what it is that they've created. Since with Daggerfall Unity, monsters don't really get caught on vertices so much, or, you know, phase into the ether or anything. And so I think combat's well enough. This game is definitely challenging, especially if you do not have a combat-capable character, and especially if you let Bethesda handle your character, instead of you handling it yourself. That's max rep for the Thieves Guild. That'll slowly deteriorate, but it deteriorating beyond 90 is beyond the scope of this game. I don't think we're going to spend enough time with Elliot for that to happen. We'll have a handful of quests to do for the Dark Brotherhood, of course. Then it'll just be a matter of getting the skill levels required to achieve max rank in those. Other than that, we'll have the Daedra quests to do. Will involve me heading to a Witch Coven and me saving the gold. I don't know how many Witch Coven quests I feel like doing. That'll be a question for future Grimith to answer. And then with that done, or maybe even before all that's done, I'll get cracking on the main quest. There's certainly, like, opportunity to fiddle-fuck yourself, and just, like, completely, like, screw yourself over, as was the case with the ill-conceived linguist run, which was a desire to punish myself. But it worked. And, like, that's because, like, as you progress with the game, your build will get rolling in some capacity. It's not like the game will become harder for you as you play more of it. While human enemies will level up more as you level up, you will also level up. And all of the non-human enemies, well, they don't have level progression. So while you could end up just seeing harder enemies in some locations, doesn't always have to be the case. So, like, as you keep accumulating more and more gear, you're like, ah, yeah, this is easier now. I can do a thing, even if I was terrible at that thing from the start. Versilia did a pretty good job in combat. At the end, eventually. This character, I mean, he's not going to have the boon of being loaded down with magic gear. But his speed is going to be maxed out, I will say, before I put anything else anywhere else. And his combat skills are going to be pretty solid. That short blade is going to be a limitation. Instead of using a superior weapon, a genetically superior weapon, but I'll be fine. And I know how to do the main quest dungeon stuff. I know how to navigate the Mantella Crux final dungeon. Like, I can think of ways in which I would resolve the monsters I encounter. It just requires some time with Elliot Spencer. Let's see, so let's go sleep at the tavern. How's the blade doing? Let me check that. It's still new. Alright, good. I have 86 arrows now? Not too bad. Archery skill's still trash. We worked on that a little bit. What's the dodging at? Alright, we got that up to 38. It's pretty good. I'm gonna keep working on leveling that up, though. It's gonna be a minor thing, but it could end up making the difference in a fight. Since I'm not gonna have access to armor. You know, that would be really useful. I also don't have a reliable way of generating magic items for myself. Because the guilds that I do quests for, don't reward magic items. I've only ended up with one, and hey, it's been useful. What happened to me sleeping at a tavern? No, not like I needed to. Catering to how I enjoy game design and what it is that I'm wanting from a game isn't exactly catering, I say isn't catering at all to what a larger, broader audience wants from its game. You take, for example, how I do still thoroughly enjoy this and Shadowrun for the Sega Genesis. You know, while those games certainly do have a few decades of age to them, it's the gameplay that keeps me coming back to them. You know, there's, gameplay design changes. It's not just our user interfaces and our graphics designs that change. Alright, how games are, like, constructed, how they're configured. Keep in mind that, you know, with how I'm looking around right now, with how Daggerfall was originally released and how I played it, like, Daggerfall had by default a cursor-based movement system instead of the view-based movement system I'm currently using. Daggerfall had a toggle to turn view-based movement on like this, but I didn't use it. Never really considered it. Me having these key bindings to move like this absolutely existed in Daggerfall Classic. I never thought of binding, like, my forward, reverse, you know, slide left and right to be like this, so that I can actively strafe and engage in these very high reflex combat situations, and treat this almost like an action game. No, a first-person shooter, except with my melee weapon, I'm not shooting. Like, that was built into the game, just never considered it. Like, game philosophy and how these things are constructed and what they cater to, like, that stuff does change. I don't live in the past with that. What I think is that this is the game design I'm like, this is what I like. I mean, there's stuff in newer games I really enjoy, too. Jimmy the Pulsating Mass was really fun. It was the best game I played last year. Best game I had tried from that year, too. And really kicked ass for this year, too. It's just like, this is where, like, this is the sort of thing that appeals to me. I was gonna do one more thing, and I think I'll just have it be another... taking on the Thieves Guild, that's different. That might end up lowering the rep. Well, I did want to show off every job once. So the concerns of a noble one. That one sounds like more thought than I'm capable of putting forward right now. That doesn't exactly tell me the location. Oh, okay. Maybe it did. Yeah, we'll go beat up, like, possibly another Daedra thing, or maybe it'll be a vampire. It'll probably call it a stream. With this bonus content we've had. Ugh. I can climb. No big deal. Well, after the main quest line, you can keep playing. You can keep having all these quests, like, assigned to you, whether it's from your guilds, or whether it's from nobles, or merchants, or peasants, or anyone who's sort of, like, looking for work. You even have, like, a tab where you can ask folks in this game whether anyone's looking for work. But once you're done with the main quest line, it's just, like, then you really are in a sandbox, and it's whatever you make of it. Whether you want to mess around with, like, witch covens, or vampires, or become, like, a lycanthrope for a period of time, or whether you want to amass a bunch of money, or have a house, or a ship, or whatever it is that you end up making of it. The game ends upon character death. Full extent of that. I don't care enough to go train. Let me just go sleep at the tavern. Be well rested for this fight I'm about to embark upon. I do appreciate Unity's greater, like, overall stability. Nice to not be so panicked about saving over my 6 save slots. Because I feel like I'm going to glitch into something at any moment, or some sort of terrible tragedy is about to occur. You know, Daggerfall Unity makes the concept of a low or even no save run, or like a low lives run, or if you wanted to be so bold, an Iron Man run, far more palatable. Oh, whatever. Can't fathom ever doing an Iron Man mode run of this game. Nothing that appeals to me. That sort of design in general. This is something that appeals to me, a hardcore Daggerfall run. I think I'm good on that front. Anyway, no Daedra Seducer this time, just beating up a noble that could have been my next ruler. No big deal. Mithril left Aldrin. Neat. How deep are the side quest plots? Oops, I accidentally resized the game. They're not. Like, there's lore tidbits and details that you can get from talking with folks about news, but you're not gonna see, like, if what you're playing this game for is the hope that the NPCs are going to meaningfully react to what you've done in the world, and that the environment will change as a result of your choices, that you have to, like, witness the consequences of your actions firsthand, in, like, the dialogue that folks will have. Take, for example, Outer Worlds, which just came out. This is not the game for you. Like, it absolutely doesn't do that. Like, the choices you make in this game, the consequences they have, don't really reflect in the environment around you at all. So while there's plenty of, like, nifty lore detail, it's stuff that you gotta paint a picture of in your head. So, like, take for example, one of the quests of the Dark Brotherhood that's offered is, I go beat up a very powerful mage. Or this quest that I just did where I go beat up, like, a powerful member of a royal family. Or a quest for the Dark Brotherhood I haven't taken yet that apparently involves a conflict with Thieves Guild. Like, that can lower, that will lower my reputation, like my relationship with factions behind the scenes. But that has almost no tangible effect. Unless, for example, I was in a guild and had my reputation lowered to a negative amount with that faction, where they would probably kick me out of the guild. Like, it can impact your ability to communicate with folks, but it's just whatever. You have a legal reputation of the game as well it's like regional focused. If it gets too low, people will come after you, guards and what have you, and arrest you for criminal conspiracy because you're a bad person. Not a big deal. Yeah. Like, this game doesn't make you feel the impact of your choices. Like, it doesn't, like, something that I really do enjoy in, like, my group role-playing stuff that I do, and in video games to an extent, is that concept of choices and consequences. And Daggerfall doesn't reflect that at all. And it's not a surprise that it doesn't, given when this game was released. I would say that would end up being a limitation of this game's design, that it can't, like, your choice, for example, to choose who you give a powerful totem to, that allows them that allows a faction or individual to control a powerful artifact that's basically just been buried and contained, isn't really reflected in anything but, like, an ending cutscene at the end of the main quest, and doesn't do anything to the world. So I reckon, caring is daring, if we were to say that there would be something that I could see and perhaps even enjoy being different in a video game such as Daggerfall, it would be that. The idea of choice and consequences. Of course, choice and consequences can be, like, if the choice was never meaningful to you, then you're not going to give a damn about the consequences. And you're going to find any sort of attempt by the game to make you care about the consequences feel ham-fisted. Like, I didn't really care about those people, or that particular faction, or that city, or that planet, and my choices, like, I'm really not at fault here, and you can go fuck yourself for preaching at me, game. Perhaps you folks be capable enough of penciling in your own examples for when that has happened to you before in a video game. You're like, no, you can go to hell, video game. I don't really give a damn about that situation, and you're not going to be able to convince me otherwise. So Daggerfall instead just takes the approach of that all being in your head. You know, it ends up going to a question of what's better for you, to have the canvas, like, just be a sketch, and for you to paint in the details, or for the painting to be there, but for you to, like, not like the painting. You know, how much of a do-it-yourself kit do you want here? That just goes to personal preference, of course. I'm all for a game, you know, that doesn't have me do that much work to paint in all the details myself. I'm perfectly cool with a story like that. But it's also not something that I keep coming back to, like Daggerfall. Take, for example, Planescape Torment. That is very much a visual novel, like, wrapped in an Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition engine. I thoroughly enjoyed that game, but I don't think it's aged wonderfully. Like, you could enhanced edition it all you want. It's still a fucking visual novel wrapped in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition module. And, like, once I've gone through that story, I mean, that's all painted there. It's that story. It's contained. No matter all the kooky stuff I did, whether it's encountering some bad juju or using death as a story advancement mechanic, because the Nameless One can do that, and it's pretty damn entertaining the first time you do it. Just, like, break your neck in front of a dustman in a tavern, like in the starting city. It's like, what the? I say starting city, it's fucking Sigil. You know, but it's not the sort of thing that go, wow, I just keep going back and playing that, and playing that, and playing that some more. You painted in the story for me, but it's... there's not room for me to tell my own story of that. Whereas Daggerfall, I can sort of, like, clobber together some things in my head. I also really enjoy the mechanics of Daggerfall. They haven't aged as poorly for me as, using my example, Planescape Torment. I'm sure I was going to do something and lost my train. I thought I was probably bouncing back to the Thieves Guild. Though I don't need to do a mission for them. But, you know, my Dark Brotherhood vanished off my map. So it goes. I'll go to sleep in a tavern here anyway. I think with how woozy and unfocused I ended up being, it was like an appropriate time. My opinion hold for later Elder Scrolls games, so, like, I think Morrowind's a good game. Last time I replayed that was a couple of years back, I think 2016. It was for a special request for the channel, and I didn't play through that all the way. It doesn't resonate with me in the same way. Oblivion, I only played for a few hours, and that really didn't connect with me at all. In Skyrim, I've watched gameplay of that, and it just... I didn't even care enough to try it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Morrowind. Emperor hauls your ass out of jail, sends you to go do a thing. Oblivion. Emperor hauls your ass out of jail and sends you to go do a thing. Skyrim, you're about to be fucking executed. But through the divine intervention, you are the chosen one who is going to use your Dragon Break powers to down all the potions and save Christmas and bring peace to Tamriel or something like that. Like this damn Christ complex game. Of course I have to be the savior. Might as well call this stream 3 and say it's ended. It's just, like the premise for this game, that's pretty cool for me. Although it's amusing that the assassin character has ended up being the situation where, let me remember the correct key, they had been imprisoned. And they ended up earning, like, the benevolence of the Emperor by helping his son during the time that the Battle Mage Tharn had impersonated the Emperor and had taken over Tamriel, was ruling it. Those were events that were handled in Arena. And so the Emperor ends up like rescuing you, but there's other situations in this generated story where that's not what transpired. You end up like rescuing the Emperor or what have you. But, like, you're sent here to the Iliac Bay, not because you're going to be the grand savior of everything forever, but because the Emperor needs someone new and different in this vicinity who doesn't know better, and who the Emperor thinks he can kind of manipulate around. And, while also trusting. You know, you're not told the full picture, you end up knowing the full picture by the end of it, but he doesn't want you to know the full picture. You know, you gotta be ignorant of this shit. So he hopes. You're not sent here to be the savior, he just wants you to do a task for him. 2 tasks, really. It'd be really swell if you could. And it's not to save Christmas, as a matter of fact, your choices can end up ruining Christmas for the Emperor. Kinda depends on what you do in the main quest line. That doesn't really reverberate within the confines of the game, it's just kinda in your imagination. But you can absolutely just firmly derail the Emperor's plans, and you can imagine that Uriel Septim VII is like, son of a bitch! Really? Come on, man! Really, after everything I've did for you? This is how you repay me? And the Under King is like, really? Come on, you gave it to the damn King of Worms. Really? Come on, man. Yeah, but like the intro of the game is like, I ask this of you as your Emperor and as your friend. It's like, shit, man, of course I have to do this. If the Emperor is like, we're totally bros, here's this ebony dagger, or whatever you might get as a reward or something, it's like, fine. I mean, it's the damn Emperor who's asking me. Yeah, I'll go to the Iliac Bay. What are you gonna do, tell him no? And of course, on your way to the mission, a supernatural storm happens, your boat gets struck down, you nearly die, you narrowly salvage yourself. And then they're going through the whole harrowing events of trying to puzzle out what the hell is happening with the politics in the region. Yeah. Now, I appreciate that, like, the whole, like, savior complex idea of, like, you're the only one who can do this. It's up to you. We're all 100% incompetent. We're not doing anything without your say-so or your action. Daggerfall gives the illusion, the appearance of there are machinations happening behind the scenes, that there are other pieces that are played here by other players. Like, they're all making their own power moves to go do a thing. Instead of everyone just kind of waiting on their asses for you to show up and do something. Because nothing exists without you. And of course, nothing exists without you, the player, because you're the most important piece of this, because you're the one playing this game, and this world doesn't exist without your participation. But it's nice to have that illusion of, these other people don't need you to do a thing. That's nice. Anyway, that does take care of our bonus Stream 3 Daggerfall Unity. We've maxed out our rep with the Thieves Guild. We're over halfway there at the Dark Brotherhood. To get max rank, I'm going to have to do some work with training up skills. That's just going to take time in game and in dungeons. Whoop-de-doo. At some point along the way, we'll save up the 400,000 gold pieces or what have you to do Daedra quests. We'll get those rewards. Then we'll embark on main quest dungeon stuff. Some will be harder than others. By that time, though, before I actually get cracking on the main quest, I do want to have a... I don't want to say beefy or powerful character, but an Elliot Spencer who can hold his own in a combat situation. Not just with me, like, relying on potions, but also, he can down some fools. That'd be pretty nice. Don't think there's going to be anyone broadcasting that I'm following right now. As I pull open my stream, let me take a look if there's someone that I would direct you to that I could vouch for. The answer to that question is no. Particularly since I'm likely to go to sleep shortly after ending the stream. So I'm going to leave you all to your own devices. It was a pleasure to engage in escapism once more with you folks. I do not know for certain when my next broadcast will be. It's possible that might be tomorrow, around the same start time as what we did earlier today. That's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I'm not having a role-playing session tomorrow. There's going to be too many players missing. But it's also possible that I might not broadcast again until sometime this weekend or even afterwards. If I do broadcast tomorrow, it's definitely not going to be Daggerfall. Like, it'll be something far more relaxing. I can just kick back and just putter around in. But that is it. While we're being released, go. Be fruitful or something.